The Australian Securities Income Fund is a unique securitized mortgage investment scheme that has been building wealth for Australians for over 95 years. The fund provides members who invest a regular monthly income and capital security. The starting point for each investment is the securitisation of approved loans into privately owned mortgage securities provided by the fund. Each mortgage security is packaged as an individual investment sub-scheme, managed by the fund and funded by its members. Investment sub-schemes can include commercial, development and/or residential mortgage securities. Each sub-scheme has its own specific terms and risk scenarios, which include different rates of return, duration of the sub-scheme, and the amount secured. To safeguard a member's investment, borrowers must provide a property with a clear title as a surety. The fund manager employs an independent accredited valuer to provide a valuation report on the property to ensure it meets the lending criteria. To further reduce risk of loss, the fund manager will only lend up to a maximum 66% on the valuation of a property for the loan, retaining the other 34% as a safety buffer for investors. The maximum loan to valuation ratio of 66% for sub-schemes is further structured into two tiers to provide a choice of income returns that suit individual investor risk appetites. A Tier 1 investment has a lower loan to valuation ratio, being a maximum 60%, providing investors with a 40% safety buffer with lower returns. Whereas a Tier 2 investment has a higher loan to valuation ratio, being a maximum 66%, providing investors a 34% safety buffer with higher returns that reflect the higher 6% risk. Members are provided approved sub-scheme investments to choose from, based on a member's investment preferences. Once the member accepts the investment, their funds are allocated only to that sub-scheme investment, with each sub-scheme holding its own mortgage security and title. At the commencement date of the investment, monthly interest payments are credited to the member's bank accounts in arrears for the term of the loan, typically 1 to 5 years. In the event of a non-payment, members have access to an assurance fund that ensures their monthly income does not stop. When the borrower repays at the end of the loan term, a member's capital can either be reinvested in a new sub-scheme, returned to their chosen bank account, or invested in the Australian Securities Term Fund, which provides monthly interest while members await further investment opportunities in the income fund. Many pooled securitised investment schemes provide little transparency or choice over investment security, which means all investors of the fund carry the risk of the entire loan portfolio. The Australian Securities Income Fund is a non-pooled investment scheme. All loans are managed independently with individual securities backing each sub-scheme, providing greater choice and transparency for its members, who see where and how their capital is invested. The income fund is suitable for superannuation funds, retirees, pension funds, trustees, institutions, not-for-profit organisations such as charities or foundations and individuals. There are no exit or entry fees to become a member of the Australian Securities Income Fund. The Australian Securities Income Fund product disclosure statement provides more information on the fund, including management fees and minimum investment amounts. The PDS can be downloaded from the fund's website.